Listen up, Earth Angels. This is why you are such a bad employee. Because you're here to be the boss. Oof! Yes, we love. So, yeah, that's why you're such a bad employee. You've always been bad at it. You've always hated people telling you what to do, people telling you you can't say this, you have to wear this, you got to be here at that time, you can't, be dilly-dallying, you have to focus on what they want you to focus on. You've always hated that. You've always resisted it. And that is because you're here to be the boss. And you're going to see it's a better use of your energy to just be the boss than to continue shrinking yourself to be something you're not, an employee. Oh, let's get into it, okay? Let me introduce myself first. I'm a transformation specialist. Oh my gosh, so hydrated. There was so much spit in my mouth. Sorry. I'm a transformation specialist, a sovereignty coach, and ex lawyer, and I empower women, leaders, and creators to unleash their true selves, walk in purpose as divine disruptors, and create the life of their dreams. Ooh. So, you are probably like me. If you clicked on this title and you're staying through, you've always hated working. You've always hated when someone wakes you up and compels you to like get out of bed, go somewhere, and do something that they tell you to do. When you're tired, you want to go be able to take a nap. When you're hungry, you want to be able to eat. When you're sick, you want to go take care of yourself. When the sun is shining, you want to go and sit out under it. You don't want to have to, oh, let me let my supervisor know, or let me ask permission so that I can go do the thing that I want to do. You've always just done it. Maybe you're like me. When I first started working as an attorney at Social Security, like at first we had to go in 5 days a week. And like, I was like, how do people do it? How do they get through an 8.5 hour day? Because I realized like, oh my God, they include, the lunch. You have to do 8 full hours. I was always like, oh my God, I cannot. I would spend most of the time when I first started working as an attorney at Social Security, I would go and find an empty cubicle. They were still building the building. I would find an empty cubicle in a dark corner and I would take a nap. I would skip lunch and just go sleep in my car. I was always like, why do I have to tell people where I'm going? So at first we were working 5 days a week, and then we went to 4 days working from home, and we would still have to come in 1 day a week. And I was like, why? Obviously, I can do my work 4 days a week from home. Why would I need that fifth day? That fifth day is just to kind of tell me that I'm under someone else's control, that I'm not truly free, that like I still have to come in and show face and sign in my badge. They want to know where I'm at. And I was always just like, ugh, ew, what business is that of yours? I don't think it's any of your business. And so one time I got foot surgery. I inherited my father's arthritic feet, so I had to get a little bunion surgery. And so, I couldn't walk for a couple of months. And so on the fifth day that I, was supposed to go in, I just didn't. I just worked from home. And you know what? No one even noticed until there was like some like in work meeting, very rare, that I didn't even know about, because I've always just been like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not good at doing busy work. I'm not good at doing things just because people tell me to. I know you're not either. And so, yeah, I didn't know when the bullshit in-person meeting was, so I didn't go. And then my supervisors were like, you're supposed to be in the office today, but we're not seeing you online. Oh, and I was like, oh, oops. No, I'm at home. And then they were like, oh, well, we have to know where you are, blah, blah, blah. And I had to like get a doctor's note that said like when I was going to be able to come back in. And it was just all so effing dumb. God. I was like, I'm an adult. I'm an attorney. My name is Sheba. And they have me working as a servant, asking to stay home, asking, where I can please do my work. Like, ugh, it was always ridiculous. Always just never felt right. Even when I wasn't working in like that particular attorney job, I was always just like trying to find the loopholes. I was always trying to find ways to do the bare minimum to be able to continue to receive the money from this job. And I realized like I'm spending kind of a lot of time pretending to work. I'm spending a lot of time doing the performance of, oh, hey, Rick, and, like talking around a water cooler. And I was like, what am I even doing this for? Actually, this is ridiculous. And so finally, within the past couple of years, the blessed Al Aqsa flood happened and it just totally shook up everything. And I saw how much it was all bullshit. Oh, and so they even got the attorneys working for the government doing this pretend office space speak and this like collegial icebreakers, little bullshit group meetings. And I'm just like, oh, why? I can't do it. I can't do it. So anyway, I started interrupting the meetings. They had these like little bullshit, like, let's talk about baseball and Bridgerton meetings. And I was like, guys, there's a horrific genocide going on. Like, we're all attorneys working for a government committing a genocide. What are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about that? People are going to ask where the attorneys were, what they were doing. So like, what do you guys think? What should we do? And I kept interrupting meetings with that question. Like, why are we doing this? And the response basically in many different ways was just like, the higher up said we can't. The higher up said we have to talk about this or focus on this, and we're not allowed to focus on anything too real. And I was just like, oh. So I kept interrupting these meetings. Finally, I end up getting an official reprimand. Bullshit. But the charge of this sham tribunal within a sham tribunal was, the charge they gave me was conduct unbecoming a federal employee. You know what? They're right. I do not conduct myself like a federal employee. They're absolutely right. I am too able to point out the elephant in the room. I am too unafraid of pushback, of, oppression, of someone trying to keep me small. I'm like, oh, try it. Please try to silence me. I would love to see it, actually. That would be the most interesting thing that happened at this workplace. And I realized when I called their bluff, because they, get everyone to think that you can't speak out of turn and you can't anger your supervisor or your boss. And if you do, you're gonna blah, blah. Like, girl, listen, I'm an attorney, first of all. I'm an attorney who works for the federal government. So I had a lot of rights. I have a lot of due process rights. You can't just fire me straight out. I am going to make it difficult. So, of course, all my supervisors, my bosses, they were afraid of me running their name through the mud. So you know what they started to do? They started to be super nice to me. They canceled all the meetings. They were super nice to me. They made sure I had everything that I needed and like that I had no complaints, because they were just like, please, please, please. I hope she doesn't bring up our responsibility to the people again. I hope she doesn't bring up the genocide again. Please stop. So I eventually had to step into who I am, who I've always been, a boss. The reason I'm so bad at following orders, at doing what I'm told, is because I'm supposed to be given the orders, babe. Someone else telling me what the vision is and how to accomplish it and when to do it, it's always repelled me. It's always kind of like gone in one ear, out the other, because it's not for me. I'm the boss. I'm the one who is supposed to receive and articulate the vision and then share that with other people and they're supposed to carry out my vision. I'm the architect and others are the builders. And listen, this isn't to hate on employees. Bosses need employees. Some people love being a good little employee and they love wearing a uniform and getting to go into the office and getting to do the whole like talking around a water cooler and having happy hour with their coworkers. Babe, not me. Not me. I would only be there because I told myself I had to in order to live the life that I wanted to. But then I started to realize, like, listen, this job, working as a federal employee, is blocking my blessings. I came into this world and my parents took one look at me and they named me after a legendary queen. And here I was, keeping myself small, shrinking myself to accept an employee's salary, a servant's salary, to exchange, my willingness to do whatever someone else tells me to do for a servant's salary. And so eventually I realized, listen, if I continue to consent to accepting this employee's salary in exchange for carrying out the role of employee, listen, I'm telling the universe, I want to be an employee. That's who I am. That is my best bet in life. And so if I were to keep doing that, like, yeah, that would be true. But I just knew it's not me. I spend way too much time avoiding work, avoiding fitting in, avoiding being like everyone else, avoiding doing what I'm told to truly ever be happy as an employee. So I had to fire myself. And I was like, I'm not going to fire myself just so I can find another job being an employee. I am not here to be an employee. I am here to be on the divine's payroll. God is my sugar daddy. I'm here to be a sovereign. I'm here to give orders. I'm here to talk about my vision for the world and trust that other people who love working, who love receiving direction and carrying that out, who are great at that. I have to be the boss. I have to give the vision. I have to articulate the plan, the message, so that other people can do what they're here to do, which is to, be an employee, receive instruction, and carry out someone else's vision. I feel like the people who resonate with my message, though, you're also a boss. Not to say that you're not good at creating things. You're just not, like, you don't work as well. You're frustrated, you're annoyed. Like when some manager comes over to like check on some assignment they gave you, you're like, oh my God, I was doing it. And then you came over and tried to micromanage me. And now I don't even want to do it. That's because you're really here to be a boss. You are here to be your manager. That's the only authority you are here to listen to, the inner one that tells you to roll your eyes when someone tries to ask you to account for where you've been or your time or what you've been doing. You're like, are you me? The boss? I was just doing the boss things. So I don't have to explain myself anymore. I'm the boss. So I just don't want you to feel bad if you've always hated working. If you've always just like, it drains you. You probably didn't even have a technically difficult or laborious job, but I bet you still end your day exhausted. I bet what little free time you have, you clung to it. You always thought it goes by too fast. I know there are some people who, when they go on vacation, they don't even want to. They're anxious on vacation. They're like, oh, I'm not being productive for someone else. Like, what if someone calls and I'm not available? Like, they love being an employee. They love and they don't feel comfortable relaxing, trusting that someone else is handling it. They're not the boss. And so, yeah, some people, they go on vacation and by the end of it, they're like, I can't wait to get back to work. Huh? I can't relate. Cannot relate, but okay, that's a choice. So if you're someone who also is like, no, I love vacation. I wish I could be vacationing all the time. This message is for you. This channel is for you. I resonate, babe. You're my soul sibling. Absolutely. Some of us are here to be bosses. Some of us are here to give the orders and then to go on vacation and trust that our dedicated, loyal employees are diligently carrying out our orders. We've articulated the vision. That was our job, to give the vision, give the blueprint, and trust that other people will carry it out. Delegate it. Are you delegating? Oof. Are you practicing delegating? I know a lot of us come from long lines of servants, long lines of slaves. So our nervous system maybe still feels comfortable doing it all ourselves. Maybe you tell yourself, oh, if I don't do it, who will? The servants will. The employees will. It's not the job of the queen to be like, oh, if I don't do it, who will? The people you tell to do it, the soldiers, the scientists. You are here to rule, to be sovereign, to give the orders, to tell people when, what to wear, how to do it. That's your job. That's why you're so bad at following orders. When someone tells you to do something or that you can't do something, you're like, challenge accepted, honey. Well, now I know exactly what I'm going to do because someone tried to tell me not to do it. And, of course, being the boss, you can sometimes also tend towards hyper individualism. And I don't know why I brought that up, but I was just thinking about, like, I hate being told what to do. But when I watch movies like The Christmas Carol, I'm like, you know what? That would fix me. Just a couple of ghosts coming in one night and being like, bitch, we saw this. We saw you choosing money over love. We saw you being uncharitable and ungenerous. Like, that would be kind of great. I do love the idea of someone just giving me little, like, nudges and just, like, giving me making me think it's my idea, in fact. That's what I need because I'm the boss. I know that, like, if I don't agree to it, I'm not going to do it because I'm the boss. I'm not here to take orders from others and do what they want. And neither are you. I've delivered the message. So, let me know what you think, my boss babies. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to work with me one-on-one, head on over to my website, seelikesheba.com. Go back and watch some of these episodes. There is a powerful through line connecting all of them. And yeah, you're going to start to see how I became the woman who went from easily receiving $5,000 every month to effortlessly receiving $100,000 every single month. And that's because I finally just accepted that I am here to be the boss, not here to be an employee, babe. I'm really bad at it. Spirit knows, God knows, I'm not supposed to be an employee. That's why God makes the path of an employee difficult for me. It feels very unaligned. I feel very exhausted. I feel ugly and fake and like out of my power. That's how Spirit communicates that you're here to be the boss. All right? All right, Earth Angels, I love you so much. I don't like to make any promises. I don't want to, restrict myself in any way, but like I kind of want to do another episode tonight. So I think it'll be a tarot reading. So if you want to hear what Spirit has to say, join me later. All right, love you, Earth Angels.